Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. As you probably all know by now, yesterday afternoon, Katie, Thurston, and Blake Moynes called it quits on their engagement in a shared statement that they both released on their Instagram accounts. We read that for you. We've taken all of your reactions. You've called in with voicemails. You know, when we have big stories like this, we play your voicemails. 401-213-9828. Leave a voicemail if you would like. I'll play some of your voicemails. And as you guys know, when we have a breakup that happens within Bachelor Nation, I like to memorialize that breakup with a eulogy, which I will be playing for you at the end of this video. That is a heartfelt song with a photo timeline of their journey from beginning to unfortunate end. Now, as far as we know, the relationship ended on good terms, both wishing each other well, but clearly there were some fractures that we weren't able to see as the public. We just see what we see, and we wish them all the best. So let's get right into that right now. And do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You guys know we follow these stories very closely, so if you want any updated information, you'll get it on this channel. And like this video an odd number of times. So before we get into that, of the voicemails and the eulogy, we see here that Katie had in her bio Seattle, San Diego, and Canada listed as her locations. And of course, the update here, all are gone. So it's moving on, a fresh break, clean break. Don't think they'll be getting back together. And of course, Andrew Spencer posted this: if you change your mind, I'm going to leave my door open. He shared that and said, okay, this is funny. But of course, at the bottom, he wrote, that chapter is closed for everyone in my DMs asking. I wish them both well. We haven't heard from Michael A. yet to say that his chapter is closed, but we will get into all of this right now. Like I said, I'll play some of your voicemails. I won't be able to get to all of your voicemails. You truly do leave some fantastic voicemails. So today at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, 30 minutes before our scheduled live stream, I will go live with the rest of your voicemails, and you can listen to all of those before we get started on today's pre-Michelle episode 2 live stream. Does that all make sense? All right, let's get into your voicemails now.
Hi, this is Melissa from Florida. I'm just calling about the Katie and Blake news. I'm really so sad about it. I love them together as a couple and individually. I just thought they were, unlike a lot of the other alums from the show, they were really, unpretentious and just kind of imperfect, but hilarious, very sweet, and they seemed really genuine, and they seemed really beautiful together. I just love their personalities together, and they were just kind of fun and, didn't take themselves too seriously. So it's just really heartbreaking that it couldn't work out for them. And I was really surprised by this news. It stinks. But obviously wish them both the best, and I don't know. It's really disappointing that it just ended so abruptly. As someone who's a fan and admirer of them, and someone who kind of watched their journey on the show, it's really disappointing. But again, I wish them both the best. Okay. Bye.
Thank you so much, Melissa in Florida. You're right, imperfect and unpretentious, and that's everything you can ask for in a bachelor relationship.
Hi, Dave. This is Amy from Utah. I just watched your video on Blake and Katie. Yeah, I was legit shocked. That was kind of a little bit out of left field. I hope they're happy. I hope everything works out. I think Katie should contact Michael A. and see if they can rekindle things there. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you so much, Amy in Utah. Contact Michael A., she says. All right, let's go to Leslie in Brunswick.
Dave, Leslie from Brunswick, New York, near the capital of Albany. I cannot believe how invested I am, or how invested I was in Katie and Blake. I legit love both of them so much. I pictured being best friends with both of them, and I'm truly devastated over this. I really, truly thought that they would be endgame. I know you did too. I just wish them both the best. My heart breaks for both of them. Truly shocked right now. I am truly shocked. Have a great night, everyone.
I think you speak for the rest of us. Truly shocked, was not expecting this to go down. And I totally understand, as silly as it says to say I pictured being best friends with them, I totally understand they had such a sort of welcoming nature and an openness with their social media and the way they presented themselves that it really did feel like they were friends. All right, let's go to Paulie in Connecticut.
Hi, you know who it is. This is Paulie from Connecticut calling back in. I'm kind of in a sad mood today, guys. I just wanted to speak on Katie and Blake's relationship. You know, it makes me pretty sad that those two broke up. Tonight I think I'm going to give the cockroaches in my apartment a couple extra slices of pepperoni. Leave those out under the fridge for them to, and maybe in a couple months or so they'll work something out, or maybe they'll get back together. Or who knows? Or maybe we'll see Blake as the next Bachelor or some shit. Or maybe he'll be on the next Paradise. All right, everybody. Have a good day.
Paulie in Connecticut, Thank you so much for your take on the situation. Much appreciated. Let's go to the roommates calling in from Orange County here. We have some roommates. Hold on.
Me again. Sorry. We're very split on this. She's in love with Greg, and I just think that Katie was upset with him because that's what you would do when you see an ex that you had a nasty breakup with. Like, you're upset. Because no one's ever had such a nasty breakup.
Becca and Blake, I'm sorry.
Ooh, oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right, we're still split. Okay. All right, bye.
All right, so that's Kennedy and Aubrey split, roommates or partners. I'm not sure what their relationship is, but split over what to think about all of this. I totally understand.
Hey, Dave, it's Laura from Jersey. I'm calling about
Jersey.
Katie and Blake. It really doesn't surprise me that the couples in Bachelor Nation don't survive after being together for a couple of months. I think that the show focuses a lot on external qualities in a relationship versus focusing on internal qualities like someone's character, someone's ability to compromise.
I totally understand the sentiment here. I think they both have great character, make no mistakes. I think Blake and Katie both have great character, moral fiber. They know what they stand for. And I think sometimes, even with all that said, it doesn't mean things will work out. Let's go back to our favorite roommates here. I think they're still arguing over, what side they're taking.
Me again. We have determined that they have very different breakups, Blake and Becca and Greg and Katie. It was a lot angrier with Greg and Katie, so it makes sense.
Still in love with him. I've been watching the show since Jake Cobalt.
But it doesn't matter how long.
All right, so they're calling in saying that Becca and Blake, they're comparing the Becca and Blake Horstman breakup, I assume that's what they're talking about, to the Katie and Blake. As much as I love the back and forth, Aubrey and Kennedy, you have to have the other person talking to the microphone because we can't really hear what she's saying, so I can't play the rest of your voicemail. Please call back. You know me, I'm a stickler for good audio here. Let's go to our next voicemail here.
And I'm calling about the really sad breakup between Katie and Blake. I feel really sad, mostly afraid for Katie because I know she had so many haters during her season, people who overly criticized her. So I see right now the possibility that people are going to use this breakup to further criticize her. So just wishing her some peace and really sad to hear about this. I was rooting for them a lot. But thanks for your show. Thanks for everything you do. Bye.
Yeah, we were rooting. Let's go to Mike in Maryland. You're up.
Hey, Dave. This is Mike from Maryland. I just wanted to talk about the whole Katie breaking up with Blake story. To me, Blake was sort of the third option after Greg and after Michael A. I thought Nick Vial had a very interesting take on Katie moving to San Diego. He said that it's interesting that she's moving to San Diego near 6 of her former contestants when she has a fiance. She seemed to be obsessed with Greg. She seemed to be obsessed with Thomas, and this just is not a surprise at all to me. All right, thanks. Bye.
Thank you so much for the call. Much appreciated. Let's go to Cheryl in Eugene, Oregon.
Hey, this is Cheryl from Eugene, Oregon. So I stopped watching the show after this last season with Katie and Blake, just because the whole premise for me is getting pretty old. My only suggestion is that the show gets revamped and people stop trying to get engaged after knowing each other for a handful of weeks, because it's just ridiculous to have that kind of pressure on you when you don't even know each other. So that's my only comment. Nobody needs to be engaged that quickly. They need to get to know each other. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and that's how they do it in other Bachelor circles. They don't worry about the engagement so much, but of course we do. Happy birthday, Honey Bear. What a wild couple of months it's been. I couldn't have done this without you. I'm so ready to leave these bubbles and start living our life, and that was a post 11 weeks ago from Katie and Blake. We have 3 more voicemails we'll get to, and then we'll play the eulogy.
Hey, Dave, long-time listener, first-time caller. This is Lana from Alabama.
Hi, Lana.
Calling in about Katie and Blake's breakup. And while I think they are both, young, fun people, it didn't really seem like they were ready to talk about the commitment of what a long-term relationship was. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe it's just they weren't really ready for a serious relationship. But that's my take on it. I wish them both the best.
Yeah, we know, respectfully, we just don't know what it was. But, of course, a lot has to line up to make a relationship work, especially
Dave, this is LJ from San Diego. Katie and Brian need to hook up. I pray Katie hooks up with Brian, the guy the NFL player. Make it happen. Put it out there in Katie's ear. Ciao.
Here's Brian. He was let go the first episode of Michelle's season. We'll cover more of Michelle's season later today. And, of course, Brian played a long time in the NFL. Loves to travel. Maybe he'll hit up Katie. Hey, Brian, give Katie a hookup. Do I need to share your numbers? I'll do it. Let's let the dust settle on this relationship first, though. Let's go to Gabrielle in Washington for our last.
Hi, Dave. This is Gabrielle from Washington, D.C. Just calling to say that about the Katie and Blake breakup. I think, it felt inevitable, mostly because Blake was the default person. Although I really agree with you when you say that at the end of The Bachelor, they all have to be engaged. And so you sort of come out of it being like, okay, so who's going to break up first kind of thing. But I really did hope that, I always hope that they work out. So I appreciate the conversation. I think it's always a good one.
Thanks so
a
much
lot.
for the voicemail. I really appreciate it. Those are the voicemails for this video. I'll get to the eulogy in 2 seconds. And then, of course, I got tons of extra voicemails. I will play those at 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. East Coast. We'll play those voicemails, and then we'll do our live stream. I'll play those uninterrupted, straight down the list at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 6:30 p.m. East Coast, and then, of course, that'll take us all the way up to our live stream right before Michelle's episode 2 of her run as Bachelorette. Lot to discuss here. As far as Blake being a consolation prize, we just don't know that. Katie wanted closure from Greg Grippo after he just abruptly left. There was so much that went on. We don't know. But we can assume that they tried their best with their relationship, and that's what happens. It doesn't work out until it does. Now, without further ado, here's my video tribute to Katie and Blake's relationship from beginning to end. This song is called Gone with the Wind. It started with Blake meeting Claire Crowley. Their relationship didn't last, and then Blake met Tayshia, and their relationship didn't last. Let's try this again. Blake was known for sculpting phallic artwork. Katie was known for bringing an adult toy to meet Matt James. Their relationship did not last. See what all the buzz is about. Katie was announced the next Bachelorette for this summer. Katie meets Blake. Blake adopts her into the Canadian family with hockey sweaters. Blake even meets Katie's parents, Katie's mom and aunt. Hand in hand, they continue their journey for love. Blake drew Katie a photo that was blurred out on national television. A splash of love, one may say. Blake proposes. She says yes. Katie says yes. for now.
Don't you know?
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Roses grow. There are tears buried in the snow.
They seemed so happy.
Do you know?
And I believe that they were.
The one who loved you so.
Sometimes happiness isn't enough.
Where are those words? Where is she now? Gone, she's gone.
They did their post-engagement media tour.
She's gone with the wind.
Things seemed happy. Long distance will get the best of us. Blake in Canada, Katie moves to San Diego. Trying to work out the specifics could have created a fracture in what could have been, but now what never it was. Katie and Blake spent September in New York City, where they met up with friends. They were introduced to their first New York City street pizza, and they were also introduced to their first New York City subway. The charm of New York City overtook them. Fans wished them love and congratulations on the streets of McDougal, but it wasn't enough. From beginning to end, it was only several months. They both battled love and lost from past relationships in a journey that culminated with a proposal. Their time is done, but we wish them the best. We hope that they find the happiness that they're looking for, and in the meantime, we support them along their journey. I'm Dave Neal. We'll have more content all day long. Live stream today, 3:30 p.m., starting early to get to all of your voicemails. Feel free to call in 401-213-9828, and we will have all of your thoughts on this unfortunate and surprising breakup. Talk to you soon.